Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Daniel here, and welcome back to the continuing deep dive into the depths of Shadows of Brimstone. And this is going to be our second look at the mission packs. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Feral Vampires, the Black Fang Tribe, and the Hellfire Succubi. So let's start with the vampires here. Those are some nasty looking vampires, I gotta say. I really wish this information box wasn't here, because this picture here looks so cool. But I do think we get to see that on a darkness card in a little later. And who are the illustrators on here? Brian Snotty Morano and Tom Boxa? I think that might be a new name. I don't recognize that name, so not sure. But we have our Feral Vampires mission book and our card here. Here is the mini. Now, this is the only time that I received damaged minis from Shadows of Brimstone from Flying Frog Productions. All of my sprues were like squished, and so a lot of my vampires, a lot of their thumbs are broken, or you can see the white part there where it's stressed. The ankles were stressed. So my sprues were really messed up. Now, because I'm not really a minis guy, it didn't bug me too much. As soon as I primed this guy and get him dipped and everything, I will never even notice. But it was the only time that I had some issues with the way that my minis were received, or unboxed, I guess you could say. So these vampires are feral vampires. These are not your aristocratic vampires. These dudes are nasty beasts. They are vampires. They are undead. They have fear 2. They have blood drain. They have mist form, so they can become incorporeal and gain an armor of 5 up. And you can also be bitten by the vampire, suffering from a vampiric bite. They have 8 health, 4 defense, so not too tough. The 4 defense can be kind of a pain. No ranged attacks, melee only, 3 combat dice, and each hit does 2 damage. And then there is the brutal side for those guys. So your vampire page here, you're going to have your, let's see, where is the vampire tile? The vampire tile is pretty cool here. We have this side here, which is in like the mines, and you have some coffins there laying around the floor. And then here we have this really cool kind of tomb look, and with this kind of master vampire sarcophagus in the center there, surrounded by a stone with kind of inlaid jewels that kind of look like blood drops. So pretty cool tile. And let's see what we can learn about these guys. Lurking in the darkest shadows, bloodthirsty vampires emerge under cover of night to feed on the land of the living ancients in gruesome monstrosities. The feral vampires are terrifying creatures of the old world, unleashed upon the western frontier after traveling thousands of miles by ship, train, and coach in coffins or crates of their native soil. They are neither living nor dead, but the undead, and they hunger for the fresh blood of a new frontier. There you're going to get your game contents, a little blurb about your objective room, some of the new cards, new missions, new enemies. You are going to get 6 minis and some new side bag tokens. There are 2 new types of side bag tokens that can aid you in hunting the undead: holy water and wooden stakes. Yes, both very crucial to hunting vampires. My wife and I recently started rewatching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and we were having a total blast with that. We're on season 4 now, I think, when they first start college. Super fun. And then it talks a little bit about some of the new cardboard chits you're going to get. And this comes with a lot. This is a really cool little pack for your cardboard. So you're going to get your stakes there for your side bag tokens. And you have some holy water there. And then a few story characters. You've got this gentleman. You have your vampire hero. So like the getting bit by the werewolf, you can become a werewolf and a vampire. And here, if you are bitten, you will get that marker. That's a really cool mouth looking, good artwork on that. And then you also get some coffins here with some numbers, so those will correspond to different things in some of the missions. And is there any more hero or stories? Let's see, you have a Vampire Lord, so this would be your super vampire token that you can use. And there is another story character there. So yeah, all kinds of cool, cool cardboard stuff there to check out. You will also get, of course, your Vampire Adventure card, to where you can make any mission a vampire mission. The heroes may choose to make any mission a vampire adventure with the following modifiers. So you guys can pause that and take a look at that. You're going to get some information cards for your new side bag tokens, Holy Water, and Wooden Stakes. You will get an information card about becoming bitten and becoming a vampire, and also an information card on your Vampire Lord. And here we have two cards, both for either getting bitten and then, of course, turning into your vampire hero. Slipping into madness, altered form, life drain, and burns to the touch. It'd be fun to play a hero to start as either a vampire or a werewolf with like 3 parasites. Kind of like you've like come up from like this dirty, rotten place. I might try that sometime. That might be kind of cool. You are going to get 5 darkness cards here. You will get Crumbling Faith, Creeping Shadows. The art on this, there it is. The art on this series of darkness cards is incredible. Eyes in the Dark, A Hunger to Feed. That looks like a Bernie Wrightson painting. And Shadow of Death. I want to say that this is done by the new artist, the artist whose name I did not recognize, because the art really does stand out on that set of darkness cards. And then you are also going to get your vampire traits. So these are going to augment and modify the vampires as you face them. They can be blood frenzied, they can be light sensitive, or wall scurrying, soul siphoning, and they can have a chilling touch. And then of course you will also get here some mine encounters. All vampire themed there, so you can have Blood of the Chosen, Crates of Musty Soil. That's cool, finding that's the soil that the vampires use to transport themselves in. An Open Coffin, Trail of Blood, Snarling Wolves, Shrine of Decay, Vampire Bats, Restless Spectre, Tolling of the Bells, Deathly Mist, and a Drained Body. A dead body lay slumped here. Ghostly, pale, and drained of all blood. As you approach, you see that there is something clutched in its curled fingers. Make a luck 6+ test. All right, then let's see what else you're going to get. Some vampire-themed gear. So you can have a transfusion kit, a vampire hunter's shotgun, some garland of garlic. That's super cool. Some wooden stakes there you can discard that to get your side bag tokens, and same for that holy water. You will also get a few new artifacts, a vampire fang, a cross of Candor, +1 combat. All undead enemies adjacent to you are -1 defense. That's pretty cool. Requires a spirit of 3 or higher though. A hunter's spike, so that's kind of a super wooden stake there. And liquid sunlight, awesome. Holy hand grenade. You're going to get your mind map card here for your objective room, and that is neither living nor dead. And then finally, in the cards, you are going to get your threats. Pretty self-explanatory here. Nothing too crazy on your threats. And in your epic threats is when you're going to be facing your Vampire Lord. So as you can tell, these are just variations on a theme. You know, I guess the vampire one and the werewolf one does add that that special way that your hero can become transformed. So that's kind of cool. But once you get one of these, you kind of know what you're going to get in the others. You're going to learn about your trait cards. Again, these are more difficult missions. You will learn a little bit about the feral vampires there and the vampire lord, about what happens when you become bitten, when you become a vampire hero, and how to cure the curse. Being a vampire hero still counts as having a transformation curse. This curse may be removed by events, town locations, or items, or by playing the Once Bitten mission in this expansion. A little bit of info about your new side bag tokens, and then we go on to the missions here. We have find the coffins, Once Bitten, the Lost Tomb, very cool mission there, and Lair of the Vampire. And here we have our enemy overview. Feral vampires. Towering over their living prey, the feral vampires are savage and ghoulish killers, eternal in their hatred and hunger. Cloaked in worn and tattered robes, they sleep by day in coffins or tombs of putrid soil, emerging from their nests at nightfall to haunt the surface world and feast on the blood of the innocent. All right, so that was a good look at the vampires there. Okay, and next up we're taking a look at the Hellfire Succubi. Again, another expansion that directly addresses the original problem of the Caverns of Cinder. So again, they have really bolstered that expansion. And I heard a rumor that they are introducing some mission packs in the City of Ancients and the Swamps of Dragano, I think I remember that correctly. I know the Frogs just did like a huge 3-hour video for new releases and stuff, so I haven't watched that yet. But here we have our Hellfire Succubi, and these guys I found pretty difficult to assemble. Just being on those tall, skinny legs was kind of a hassle. And I also don't love the mini. It's okay. Not one of my favorites though. They have vicious claws. They are hellfire demons. Femme fatales. This is kind of cool. Hellfire succubis are immune to critical hits from male heroes and are +1 combat when targeting female heroes. That is really cool. I wish they had like another side of being like an incubus where it would be the opposite. That would have been really cool. But they have no range attack, 3 up on a melee, 3 combat dice, and they do 2 damage, 7 health with a 3 defense, and there is the elite chart. And then there is the backside there for the brutal side. And here we have our cover. Again, these information squares, they cover up the cool wraparound art. That kind of bums me out because I really like this wraparound art. But the illustrations were Brian Snoddy, Ben Wooten, and Morano. Those are all names that we have heard before. So we have our information here. The Hellfire Succubi Mission Pack. Lava and ash pour out from shimmering gateways connecting the fiery caverns of Cinder to the mortal world of humanity. Scorching the ground beneath their hoofed feet, the alluring Hellfire Succubi are hideous demons that have taken on an irresistible guise to bewitch and corrupt the weak-willed mortals of Earth. As a vanguard from the burning depths, the Hellfire Succubi are harbingers of a far greater evil, working tirelessly to break the bindings of their master so that he may spread ruin across all of reality. And then there are your game contents there, your overview. You will have this nice tile here. I love this tile. This tile is freaking awesome. Here we have this like summoning circle surrounded by bones and some kind of fire, and this skull-shaped symbol in the middle. Just a really nice looking tile. And then the Caverns of Cinder on the other side, super cool with the lava streaming out from this throne. Just a really nice art on this tile. One of my favorite tiles of all the mission packs there. So typically we are going to learn about the tile, the new cards, the new missions, the new enemies, with which you will get 6. You will get more Hellfire and more Burning markers, as if we needed those. There are a couple enemies that you will get tokens for, and those are Dark Lava Men and Hellhounds. And you probably get, yes, you will get your information card for those enemies in case you don't have the sets that they come in, which is a nice plus. And then, of course, you will also get your cardboard here. So there is your Dark Lava Men token. Here is your Hellhound token. In case you don't have those minis, you can use those. What else are you going to get here? There is your Hellfire Witch, so she will be your super powerful Succubi. And I believe that's it. I don't think there are any, there is one story character here. Some looks like some old dude who was sent to hell, probably trying to escape. But lots of burning tokens. People who collect Shadows of Brimstone know how many burning tokens we have all ended up with. And then, of course, you will get your enemy-themed adventure card. And here is the Hellfire Succubi card. The heroes may choose to make any mission a Hellfire Succubi adventure with the following modifiers. Again, a variation on a theme. So if you only wanted to get a couple of these mission packs, what I would suggest you do is probably just pick a couple that you like the theme and go from there. I think the werewolves and the vampires probably add the most because you get that bonus of becoming a hero vampire or a hero werewolf, so that's kind of cool. In this expansion, you do get some shadow magic that you can use because your Hellfire Witch, I believe, will use shadow magic. And you are going to get 4 darkness cards here. Shadow of Darkness, the Ritual of Fire, Demonic Assault, and Temptation of Evil. That's always been one of my favorite paintings in the series. You will get 2 map cards here. So one being for that side, and that is the Fire Spirit card. And then Chained Slave for the Cinder side there. And of course, you will get a few more encounters to add to your minds. To the Gates of Hell, Dark Stranger, Choking Ash, Splintered Reality, The Whispering Wood, No Escape, The Horror of Balbara, Desiccated Remains, The Ancient Prophecy, and Hell Hath No Fury. You will get your Hellfire trait cards, so that way you never know exactly what kind of succubi you will be facing. They could be Balian Coven, Pit Dwellers, Magma Kiss, Born of Flesh, and Charred. And then you do get a few shadow magic spells. So there are a couple expansions that introduce shadow magic, and you can just mix all of your shadow magic cards together to have a large deck to choose from if you so wanted to. But here we have Wave of Death, Flames of Temptation, Grip of Destruction, Vicious Shredding, and Tendrils of Darkness. And then finally, you are going to just get your threat cards there. And typically, with your epic threat is when you're going to be facing off against one of the more powerful witches. So it's going to talk about your traits. Again, about your missions being more difficult. You're going to learn a little bit more. Let's see, how they affect male and female heroes. Normally in Shadows of Brimstone, there's no difference between male and female heroes of the same hero class, other than the hero figure a player uses and the portrait on the character's sheet, though occasionally there is also a superficial difference in the name of the class, Preacher, none. With the female Fatale's ability, it was too much of a part of the theme of this new enemy to not include a mechanical difference in how they interact with the different genders. So we just had this big discussion on the Facebook group about like gender portrayal in board games, and I mentioned that I greatly appreciate the fact that Shadows of Brimstone has male or female heroes. It's so easy for them to do, and it adds representation to the game, and I super appreciate Flying Frog Productions for that. And I do like that they called it out here. It's like, well, we needed to make that difference, and we decided to do it for this thematic reason, to give a difference between the male and female hero. But super cool. They have always been great, and I think they could do maybe a little bit better. I would like to see a black cowboy in this game, because black cowboys were a huge part of the Southwest, and I'm really surprised that they don't have, or maybe like an Afro samurai. You know, that would be cool. A nod to that kind of like a black samurai character would be super cool too. You're going to learn a little bit about your shadow magic, some hellfire and burning, and your objective map tile. And then you will move into your missions with Deadly Dreams, Seeds of Evil, Shadow and Flame, and Hell on Earth. And then here we have our enemy overview. The Hellfire Succubi. Taking on an irresistibly alluring female form, the Hellfire Succubi use their appearance to corrupt and distract their foes, slowly closing in to disembowel them with vicious razor-sharp talons. For those not influenced by their appearance, the Succubi lash out with fearsome fury, resorting to their speed and agility to shred their foes. To shreds, you say? Though outwardly beautiful to the human eye, okay, maybe to some human eyes, the true demonic form of the Hellfire Succubi is more hideous than mere words could describe. All right, so that was a look at the Hellfire Succubi mission pack. Okay, and finally, we are here with the Black Fang tribe. This pack could be, I don't know, I could see some people being upset with the way that the natives are portrayed. There are two enemy groups that are based on Native Americans, so I'm not sure if people find this offensive or not. They are crazed from Darkstone, so they aren't like innately bad, but they've been kind of corrupted by the Darkstone. Maybe you could look at it as them, you know, they're being closer to the earth, closer to the planet, and so they are more susceptible to that kind of natural poisoning of something earthly or otherworldly like the Darkstone. I'm not sure. I don't find it incredibly offensive, but then again, I am not a Native American, so that is up to you to decide. But they have a melee attack only. They have a combat of 3, a damage of 2, health of 6, defense of 2. There is their elite chart, and there is their brutal side there. Then you will, of course, get your objective room tile here, which is kind of like a den. Some skulls, some blankets around a campfire, and then this really cool, some kind of a beast crawling up from the depths there. I like this card quite a bit. This side is pretty neat. And then let's see here. There we go. See that nice wraparound cover without the information boxes there? So nice. That looks beautiful. I do like how their eyes are glowing from being like overtaken by the corrupting power of the dark stone. That's pretty cool. So this says the Black Fang Tribe Mission Pack. Tribal drums echo through the desert canyons and dark clouds fill the night sky. As eldritch green lightning crackles in the air, a storm is coming. Of rage and death and ancestral fury, crazed by the power of the Darkstone they consume, the Black Fang tribe descend from the hills to massacre those they deem weak. In the name of the dark and vengeful elder spirits, they worship these outcast braves, raid and pillage the frontier towns and Indian villages throughout the cursed lands near Brimstone. Though blood and fear, they feed on their addiction to the black rock, collecting bones as trophies for their dark gods. So they are seen as outcasts. It's not saying that all of the tribes are like this. So there you get your review, the new objective room, your new cards, your new enemies. You are going to get 6. And here is the menu for that. Okay. You will get some tribal relics. These markers represent spiritual Indian relics and are used as objectives for some missions. And you will get some more Darkstone markers. You do get these tile overlays that are Fang altars. Same on both sides, but always nice to get a little overlay. It's fun. You can use them, of course, for any homebrew expansions. Here are some of your markers you are going to get. You're going to get your story characters there. Actually, I don't know if these are actually from this set. I might have gotten these mixed up with the Hellfire Succubi, I think. That might be in the wrong container. I'll have to take a look at that. Another story character. Here is one of your tribal relics, a dream catcher. You have your Book of the Lost, which I think that is actually, I think I might have gotten some of these mixed up the last time I put things away. There's your war shaman, so there's like your powerful enemy, and another story character there. So yeah, sorry about that if I got some tokens mixed up. I'm gonna have to take a look, and I'm pretty sure that those go with the Hellfire Succubi expansion actually. And then you will get your adventure card, of course. And the heroes may choose to make any mission a Black Fang adventure with the following modifiers. So you can have a better chance of facing off against the Black Fang tribes. You will have to encounter war chants, which are kind of like their ritualistic spells there, and that the war shaman will be equipped with. You only get, is it only 3 darkness cards? Yeah, only 3 darkness cards in this set. So you will have your Fueled by Rage, Forbidden Ritual, and Relentless Assault. That's a really cool art there. You will get your trait cards here. So they have withdrawals. Yeah, see, I'm not sure about that. They kind of like portrayed them as being like addicted to it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this expansion theme-wise. Someone will have to let me know if they find it offensive. Void Dancers, the Call of Umkari, and Internal Mutations. And then here we have our Black Fang war chants. I guess it's, you know, it is all part of the pulp tradition. And I think, given their track record, I think that Flying Frog Productions definitely works in the pulp traditions. But I think they do so in a pretty good way. I did have somebody, a friend of mine online, mention the fact that he wished that the, maybe like the Hispanic characters weren't always portrayed as kind of like banditos. And I can see that as well. Pushquaw's Wrath, the Dream Stone, Celestial Lore, Void Frenzy, Blood Rain, and the Hunter's Call. And then we have our mine encounters here with Sinister Totem, Burned Witness, the Spike Trap, Scratched in Bone, Dance of Death's Embrace, Hallucinations, Human Sacrifice, the Beyonder's Webway. That's cool, the Beyonder's Webway. I like that a lot. Runic Circles and Fire Pits. You will get some themed gear, Feather, War Paint, and more War Paint. And you will get a few themed artifacts. Tribal Void Dance, a trophy necklace. Oh, all those little tentacles. That's super cool. Crushed Dark Stone and more Crushed Dark Stone. And then finally you will get, there's your threat cards, and that's when you're going to face a Blackstone or a Black Fang Shaman on your epic, and the others are pretty typical. And then you're going to get 2 cards here, 2 map tiles, and one of them gets to be used in the Blasted Wastes. So when you're in the Blasted Wastes, you can add this card to your deck, and that's for that other really cool side there, and that is called the Trophy Room. And then the flip side of that, for when you are in the mines, is going to be your Dripping from Above. All right, so you're going to learn a little bit about your Black Fang tribe, your Darkstone Pool, Fanatical Stone Addicts, your War Shaman, your Black Fang War Chants, and then you go into your missions here. You have a Blood Harvest, you have a Rain Dance, you have Tribal Relics, and your Vengeful Spirit. Now let's see what it says here about our enemy overview. Their lips and teeth permanently stained dark purple from the raw, crushed darkstone they eat. The Black Fang tribe have become addicted to having the power of the void flowing through their veins. Unleashing their fury, their full fury in battle only drives their hunger deeper. It is not uncommon for members of the Black Fang tribe to have their bodies begin to break down from the long-term and excessive exposure to raw void energy of the darkstone they ingest. This can cause internal mutations that spread and grow to the point of bursting them apart from the inside out. It can also cause their minds to decay and warp until they are so deranged that they can attack anything in sight, with the only thought left in their head, in their rotted mind, to feed on unending hunger for more Darkstone. Gotta get that Darkstone. So, alright, well, that was the final mission pack that I have. And I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at all of these mission packs. They're very cool ways to expand your game, kind of offering that in-between full big box expansion and smaller deluxe enemy packs. So, alright guys, we'll take it easy and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.